I'm really excited that you guys are all here. We have a wonderful training in store for you today. And I know that, all of you are small business owners. That's why this is so important. It's going to be important for you to understand how to position your business to land contracts with government agencies, doing what you do, doing what you already love, and doing this could help you really position your business to grow and scale like by leaps and bounds in a very short time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the presentation that kind of walks you through how this system works. And then I'll, go ahead and introduce myself in just a moment. Actually, I'm going to introduce myself now before I go through the presentation. I'm Karwana D. I'm a business growth strategist, and I teach women and minority small business owners in particular who look like me and who I can identify with, especially women. I have a passion for teaching other women and small business owners in general how to grow their business with government contracts. And so I'll tell you a little bit more about me and why I'm so passionate about teaching other people what I'm doing for my own business. Okay. So this is definitely a system that you want to implement into your business. Like I've heard cleaning business, I've heard everything of what you guys do, cleaning, catering, cooking, like all of those things. There's contracting opportunities out here, and I'm going to show you some of them, marketing, all of that stuff. Right. So right now, I want over the next 45 minutes, because I'm going to try to wrap this up in like 45 minutes for you guys, but I want you to try to eliminate any distractions around you and just silence your phone, because you don't want to miss what I'm going to share with you. So today, you're going to learn the three secrets to getting consistent, sustainable income as a small business. Why that's important right now, especially while everything that's going on chaotic in the world around us. If you were already in position, you will be set. And trust and believe for the next year, 2 year, 5 years, you would already be in position, but it's still not too late to get information, to get into position. So you're going to learn the 3 secrets to getting your business into a consistent, sustainable income situation. And also you're going to learn the $1 trillion secret to government contracting and how you can significantly grow your business, right? Because government contracting is not something new. It's not a fad. It's not one of those things. It's not an MLM, none of those things, right? It's been around, right? It's been around, but it's just hitting in plain sight. And so that's why I call it the $1 trillion secret, because there's trillions of dollars that's available to small business owners. And I'm going to show you a little bit of, how to get started in that today. So how much the government spends on women and minority small businesses. I'm going to share with you how to look up that data. And the tools that I'm going to share with you is like, this is the stuff that I coach my people who go through my program, which I do have a $1 trillion government contract accelerator program where small business owners can learn this in a very short time. These are some of the things that I teach them, only we go into more depth, more details. Okay. So we've already covered the roll call. You've already entered, shared about your business and what you do. But if you're currently in business and you don't already have sustainable income, which means what you're making every single month, right? If your business is do well 1 month, the next few months, you don't know what's going to happen and you're on the fence, may feel like you may have to go back to working for somebody else, then comment in the chat. Like there's a chat here, and let me know why you think that is. What is the number one reason why you think that is the reason why your business is inconsistent with income? So go ahead and put that in the chat. I'm going to be checking the chats periodically. But if you've ever worried about getting regular paying customers, right? Because in order to be in business, you got to have customers. That's how you make your money, right? With no customers, then really you're doing a community service. You need a 501c3. And even with that, you got to run it like a business because you want to get grant and funding and stuff like that. So, but if you're not, just completely volunteering your professional service, for free, then you want to have regular paying customers. That's the only way to be sustainable in business, right? But if you're in that position and you don't have regular paying customers, then you're not alone, right? You're not alone. There's a bunch of small business owners who are in the same position. I used to be in the same position, so that's why I know that, this is not something that's just unique to your situation, right? So today I'm going to share with you a simple 3-step BCP system. Like, this is a system you're going to learn about. I created the system because of my experience in contracting, my experience in, understanding how to navigate and do business with the government. I created it into a simple 3-step system that I wish was around, during the time when I was first learning this, right? This same system is the same system that I used to land my first $70,000 contract for 28 days of work. Okay. Just imagine your business landing a contract that's $70K for 28 days of work. Where would that put you? Right. Just 28 days, $70,000, you're set for the year, or, depending on what state you're in, that's somebody's annual income. Okay. So with government contracting, that's how it is. And it works like that. And so, excuse me. And I'm also going to share with you how you can leverage the same 3-step simple system to get regular paying clients and multiple 70K plus. So it depends on what you do, the service that you offer, but you can land multiple contracts for your business, and you can do that simultaneously. So I'm going to share that with you as well. I'm going to go ahead and bring up that like that. Okay. So, but first I want to tell you about one of my previous clients, most recently, Tiffany, excuse me. So this is her story. So Tiffany is a woman and minority small business owner who provides photography services and videography services. So similar to the same service that I provide, Tiffany provides the same service. And so the reason why I share this, regardless if we're in the same industry or not, is because there's trillions of dollars on the table, right? And can't no one business go after that, okay? So my income changed. Okay, so I hear, and I'm gonna go through like some of the things that you guys are saying and see. Oh, hi, Cynthia from Virginia. She provide web and mobile design hosting services, okay? So somebody's phone is not muted. Let me see, because I can hear noise in the background. So Ona says, my income changes from month to month because I have a private independent clients. Okay. Difficult to solicit donations for finding grants. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to touch on that in just a moment. That's some Constance. And for Angela, I don't have a team. Yeah. So I don't have a team either. And I don't have a team. It's just me. But, I'm to the point to where I really need to build a team. Okay. But let me get back to Tiffany. So she provides professional services as a woman and minority small business owner. But before she got into government contracting, she was struggling to get customers, like everybody on the call, struggling to get customers, inconsistent business income, small business, struggling, trying to figure out how to do business, right? And it was really hard because she has an amazing testimony. So working with Tiffany, she completed my 3-step BCP system, the same system that I'm going to break down to you guys in just a moment, where I recently helped her qualify her business for certification so that she can submit proposals. Now she's landing and bidding on large contracts with government agencies, doing exactly what she loves to do. And I'm going to go a little bit more into her story a little bit later to tell you her testimony as well. So who is this for? This is for you if you are a woman or minority small business owner who provides a professional service, okay? You can provide products. You could be neither woman nor minority and still get a contract. But this is the group in particular that I like to work with, women and minority small business owners, okay, who provide professional services. What is professional service? What is that? You may say. Everything that you guys are saying, you can't hear you at all, but I see the presentation. Who's that? Can anybody else not hear me? I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes,
So that's
Yes, we can hear you.
okay. Great.
Please have to turn on her audio.
Okay. So that's Althea. So Althea, let me just type it to her. You have to turn on your audio. Okay. So I think it's just her that that can't hear me. Okay, so professional services, what is that? That's everything that you guys say that you do, right? So that includes marketing services, Janitorial service, cleaning service, same thing. Photography, media, communications, accounting, financial literacy, trucking and hauling, that's a huge one. Catering, like if you cater or you're a cook or a chef, or there's contracts and stuff for that. Music, so for musicians, believe it or not, even ministers of music, there's contracts available. Event planning, that is huge, right? Painting, consulting, what type of consulting? It could be business consulting, health consulting, just consulting, period. If you give advice, you could get a contract for that, right? Hairstyling, so I believe it or not, I see contracts all the time for hairstylists. Power washing, that falls into line with like cleaning services, different type of cleaning services. Water distribution, I know Liz and her husband is getting in position for providing water, bottled water services to like agencies. Installation, that's like if you install cabinets or whatever, furniture, you know, TVs, all of that, there's contract available for that. Construction, of course, and real estate, there's absolutely real estate opportunities with government contracting, as well as public relations, and etc. The list goes on. Okay, so if you provide a service, which means not a product but a service that you have to actually go do the service for the person or do it remotely for the agency or whatever, service-based business, this is for you. Okay. So that's just an example to let you know that anybody pretty much who's in business can get a contract. So if you've already tried word of mouth marketing, if you've tried sharing your products and services on social media, Facebook ads, traditional media, you know, advertising, coupons, discounts, and you're still stuck in the same position, listen, okay? You may have even cut your prices in half and offered 2-for-1 specials, as I know a lot of businesses do that. I used to do that. You're trying to figure out, well, why aren't people not buying services from me? Is it because my prices are too high? Well, let me offer discounts. If you're doing that and you're still not getting, you know, the results that you want, or maybe even you have extreme highs and extreme lows in your business, which means like you may do good for like 3 months in a year, and then you're struggling for like 5 months, and then you have another good month, right? This is going to help you level out your income, right? So like I said, 70,000 in 28 days, you manage that. You manage that. You can manage that. And that's just a number for one contract, right? So this is definitely something that you can, you know, do to build consistency in your income. So if you haven't figured out a way to generate consistent, sustainable income, and that's the problem, does this sound familiar to you? If it does, let me know in the chat. So if any of those things, those issues that you've had, it sounds like something familiar that I've mentioned, go ahead and let me know in the chat. So a little bit more about myself. I'm Karwana D, business growth strategist, government contracting consultant. I teach women and minority small business owners how to grow their business with government contracts. So I started my business 12 years ago. And when I started my business, I didn't know about this. I didn't know. I just went and got a business license, and that was it, right? So what type of business do I have? Besides my consulting, coaching, business coaching firm, I have a multimedia company. I provide videography services, photography services, graphic design, and web design to government agencies. That is the business that I do government contracting with, right? And so, but before I started doing government contracts, which I've been doing for the last 8 years, I didn't know anything about government contracting. So what happened was, you know, I was struggling to get customers, like most small business owners. I would struggle, and I would, you know, try to do everything to convince people to do business with me, right? So I don't know if you've been there before, but after a few years of barely surviving and having inconsistent customers, inconsistent income, I was on the fence. I was like, I was not created to go work for somebody else. And believe me, like straight out of college, I had a really good job, great benefits, all that stuff, right? Working for, it was SBC back then, now it's AT&T, but really good and one of the top paying positions in the company. But I was the type of person that I can't sit every single day and do the same thing like a robot. I could not do that because I knew I had a lot more to offer than that. And so I wanted to start my business so that I can do multiple things and not just sit at the desk and do the same thing every single day for somebody. And you never know if they're going to cut you or fire you or lay you off, right? I wanted to take control of my life. So But so before being able to take control of my life, this roller coaster, that's what it was for me. When I first started my business, it was a roller coaster, right? You know, I didn't know a whole lot about business. I just know that I was supposed to have one. That was it pretty much. And then I discovered something that changed my entire outlook on business. And that is this thing that I'm sharing with you today. When I discovered government contracting and I positioned myself in business, that's when I landed my first $70,000 client for those 28 days of work. And it was with the Department of Transportation. Now, I just shared with you that my multimedia company, Video, Photo, Web, and Graphic, you would not think like automatically, you're not going to automatically think Department of Transportation. Okay. You're not going to think that. You're going to think, go take some headshots, you know, go take baby pictures and go do some baby shower pic, you know, that type of stuff. That's what you think as a photographer, right? That's what you think as a business owner. But the government agencies, they purchase everything that you sell to individuals and small businesses and maybe independent companies, whatever, everything that you provide to them, the government also purchases. They also give out large contracts for you to provide that service. Okay. So when I first started my business and I was struggling all of those years, like really, I was only making like $20K a year, but luckily, you know, I was in a position to where that kind of worked for me. It worked, right? It wasn't enough, but it was okay. And I wasn't really serious about my business at that time. So it was just like spending money, really. So, but with this, I was able to take my business from making $20K in a year to generating $70K in a single month. I say that not to brag, but to show you how powerful the information that I'm sharing with you and how you can really be in position to win in business. So now I'm landing 6-figure contracts with government agencies, and I'm able to manage that over a very short time. Okay. And might I mention, there is no limit to how many contracts you can have simultaneously. So this is where the rubber meets the road, right? This is where you can really, I know one of you mentioned you're doing everything by yourself. Well, this gives you the capacity to grow and to pay a team and to hire people and hire in your community. And I do that. I actually do hire independent contractors to work for me from time to time. So, and I help others do the same. So like my client, Tiffany, who recently landed her first big contract. Before she landed her contract, she was struggling to barely get maybe $300 to $600 for a video, right? Whether that's a commercial, maybe she was charging like $300, $200, $300 to do like a video. That's a lot of work when it comes to video production, editing that goes in. 10 hours minimum in editing, right? And then you got to go film it. And then you get, you know, it's low budget. So you of course you get those customers who want you to do 1,000,000 hours on something that they paid hecka cheap. But anyway, once I worked with her and we worked together to position her business for this, she landed her first 5-figure contract, doing a 3-minute video, you guys, a 3-minute video. And that was like the largest contract she had ever had. And it was powerful because once she got into a position, she never even had to pick up the phone, because once you get into position, agencies come after you because you're in position. You're there. They know that you exist and they have to spend these funds. Okay. So if I share with you the one thing that I discovered, do you promise to take action? That is the only commitment, that I'm asking you to take. Do you promise to take action? Don't be an information hoarder and just know, well, I went to a workshop and I learned this, but if you know it, it's up to you to, implement this into your business. Okay. The money is there. The government has a mandated obligation to spend a certain percentage of everything that they spend. And I'm going to show you the real numbers of what they spend, to women-owned, minority-owned, veteran-owned, LGBT-owned businesses, okay? So that means all the services that you say you provide, the government has to give these contracts to you, right? But you have to do your part in positioning yourself in your business, okay? So why is now, Shantia said, yes, ma'am. So why now? Had I known about this thing that I discovered when I first started my business, it would have saved me years of stress and worry, years of those roller coaster moments, years of trying to figure out if I'm going to have to go back to work for somebody, which I really dreaded and I didn't want to do, right? So luckily I didn't have to do that. So if you ever felt this way, or maybe you feel this way now, if you struggle to get customers and you're spending tons of hours chasing them down, doing things that doesn't get you paid, then this is important. Okay, so if you haven't found a way to get that consistent, sustainable income as a small business owner, this is why you're going to need this training right now. So if you're currently, if what you're currently doing haven't worked for you, then you need to make the change. So they say that the definition of insanity is when you're doing the same thing and you're expecting different results. No, we have to reset. So if it's not working, right, then you want to try something different, okay, to get bigger and better results, okay? There's no need to continue doing the things in your business that doesn't bring you the results that you need to succeed, okay? Now you may ask, well, why are you so passionate about helping, us as women and minority small business owners? It's because guess what? I'm a small business owner. I'm a woman, right? I struggled before. There's trillions of dollars on the table. I want my people to win. I can't go after that money by myself, right? I'm just one small business, but I've come across opportunities all the time. And I look at, I'm online and I'm seeing all the people with their businesses and, I'm like, oh, I know who can do that, but you're not in position. If you're not in position, you can't get that contract, right? I just shared a contract with somebody today. It was a $70 million contract and set aside for a small business, okay? Set aside for a small business, and I think it was like to do some type of Cal OSHA inspections or something like that, some type of inspections. But anyway, he wasn't in position. He didn't even have a business license, but that's how it is. That's how sometimes we roll like that. All right. So I've been there and, and it's nothing like worrying about if you're going to have enough customers to pay your living expenses. I've been there. Don't want to be there again. Don't have to worry about that, especially now. Right. I mean, I'm good for the next 5 years. I'm cool. Like, I don't have to worry about what's going on in the world right now. Like, it doesn't affect me. So, but when it does, it put you in a desperate place where you start, kind of lowballing your prices and cutting your prices in half, and you feel like you're chasing customers. Okay. So this one thing that I'm going to share with you is exactly what happened. And what's helped me to get over the hurdles, and it's helped me to have a stress-free business today. So I want to help you with this. Now, by the end of this training, my goal is to show you the 3-step BCP system that's helped me to make that 70K for just 28 days of work as a woman and minority small business owner. So now they say a lot of business owners are, a lot of new businesses are, emerging every single day. And there's a lot of businesses that are, up and emerging and up and coming every single day. But the thing is, will you be here in 10 years, right? What type of system do you have in place for that? What type of position are you putting yourself in to make your business economy proof for like recessions and things that happen, right? So somebody said sorry. I want to not worry about the next 5 years. I don't either. and how you can use this system to gain regular paying clients and consistent income without lowering your prices. And so this system, I'm going to show you how you can use this system to win in your business. So here's the 3 secrets you're to getting consistent income as a woman and minority business owner using this system. Y'all ready for it? Okay, first I'm going to cover this myth. Myth number 1, okay? Most people think all you need is a business license and a product or service to build a business, okay? That is just the beginning. And I thought that same way. That's why I just had a business license, when I first started, right? So this is the B in the BCP system, right? Most people think that all you need is a business license, right? And a service or a product to start a business, and that if you build it, they will come. So I don't know about you, where you are, but in my community, in my neighborhood, I see businesses opening all the time, right? And then you didn't see no marketing, you didn't see nothing, right? They open like, well, I forget the name of that cell phone company that was just recently here. But anyway, it's like some start with a C. But anyway, they open, right? And then the next thing you know, 3-6 months later, they're gone. Okay. So, and that's because most business owners think if you build it, they'll come. If you build it, they meaning customers are going to come. It doesn't always work that way. You may be lucky, like if you have a restaurant, but even restaurants are closing because they're not coming. So the truth behind that, and here's the secret to number 1, is there are some specific fundamental steps that you have to take to really start attracting customers, the right type of customers who are top paying customers. And these steps gives you These steps give you the business foundation that big paying clients they look for, right? Because it shows stability. And those steps include not only having your business license, but some of these other things. And there's some other things on the checklist as well. And if you register to be a part of this training, then you should receive the checklist by email. But if you haven't, let me know, and I'll go ahead. I'll be happy to, remember to send you a copy of the checklist. So there's more things on the list, but these are the basic things. Okay, so a business license, EIN, which is like a social security number for your business, a Dun and Brad number, that's called your DNB. All of these things are free. Okay, for you to do yourself, it's free. Business taxes. So 2 years of business taxes. If you have not been in business for 2 years, then you will use your personal taxes. So you would just need proof of taxes, proof of your income, basically. Same thing you need for if you're living in an apartment, proof of income, right? Articles of incorporations, if you are not a sole prop. Okay, so if you're an LLC or S Corp or C Corp, then you need to have a copy of your articles of incorporations. Business phone and fax, right? And a website. These simple documents, believe it or not, most small business owners don't even have, right? But these simple documents not only legitimizes your business, but it puts you in a position to where now you're qualified. You're qualified to do business with the government. This is the player's game, right? So Cynthia says, I have all my business certifications. Oh, that's good. That's good. And 75% from your checklist in place in the process of getting my SAM. Oh, good. Which expired because I forgot about it. Merged. Yep. I hate beta. I hate that website, beta.sam. I can't stand it. I just don't know how to be searching for capability. Okay. How to do the searching capability. Say, okay. All that stuff. Okay. So yeah, Cynthia, you're in the right place. Don't even worry about none of that. So for example, I'm going to give you an example of how important it is for you to have these business documentations, this foundation, right? Okay. And I'm going to kind of caveat and say that business foundation is some of the same things that helps you to get business credit. So if you've ever walked into a bank with just a business license and you apply for a loan and they denied you, it's because you've been red flagged because you don't have these items. You don't have none of this stuff, right? And there's some other things to that. But this business foundation can take you a long way. One, it can help you get qualified for government contracts. And two, it can help you start to build that business credit, okay? So now let's say that Hannah has a small business providing marketing and branding services. And this is just an example. Hannah has a business license and her EIN. That's it. Let's just say that. All right. This is a hypothetical example. Because she does marketing and branding, she has the opportunity to land large six-figure contracts with government agencies providing marketing and branding. And I'm talking about, you're not an employee, you're a business owner, which means you're not spending 8 hours a day. It's very part-time. Right? It's very, very, very part-time. And that's how you can get multiple contracts, because it's very part-time. So because Hannah does not, does marketing and branding, she's in position to, she can land large six-figure contracts, but because she's missing most of the fundamental items that, that's on that list that's needed to show that she's stable in business, government agencies never look her way. Right? They never look her way, and she'll never know about this opportunity because she doesn't even know the basic business foundation. You don't even know that, right? And that's okay, because I've been there. Most people have been there and may be there, So with knowledge, there's power. And so that's why I'm sharing this information today. So, but instead of her getting those large $70,000, $100,000, $200,000 contracts as a marketing consultant with government agencies, she hustles every day to get $100 clients on a regular basis. So big difference, right? Huge difference between chasing $100 clients every single day and landing a large client that will pay you six figures to do the exact same thing. Okay, big difference. So can you relate to this? Do you feel like you're chasing customers and it takes you a whole bunch of customers to meet your goal? Like, if you relate to this, let me know. Okay, so, but Hannah, once she discovers the qualifications checklist for her business that I'm sharing with you today, and then she is now qualified for six-figure contracts and doesn't have to hustle anymore to chase those $100 individual clients. She doesn't have to, right? She can if she wants to, but she doesn't have to, because now she's in a whole nother game, right? So now all she needs is one client as opposed to multiple $100 clients to land her 70K, okay? Or her 6 figures or whatever to meet her financial goal, okay? Yeah, so Marcy says hitting close to home. Hi, Marcy, joining us. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, Constance says I can relate. Okay, so now do you see how having the right business foundation can help you attract major clients? Okay, do you see that? Right? This shows them basically that you're serious in business and you have a strong foundation for growth, right? Because if you have those things, that foundation shows that you have the ability to build capacity, okay? Now, see. All right, so here's myth number 2. All right, so we covered the business foundation, the B in the BCP process, okay? So now myth number 2 says most people think in order to get consistent, sustainable income as a small business owner, you have to chase down as many customers as possible every single month. And that's a normal thought. That's a normal thought, right? So if you believe that, if that's what you believe, let me know. Is that what you believe? That you have to get a whole bunch of customers to meet your goal, your monthly goal? So say like if you wanted to, make $5,000 a month, you have to get 500, whatever, however many clients, right, in order to meet that goal, right? And so that's what most people believe that you have to do as a small business. But what are some of the things that you think you have to do to get sustainable income every single month? Let me know. I want to know in the chat. What are some of the things that you believe you have to do to get consistent income every single month? So most people think you have to offer, let me see, somebody says table events. Yep. Opt-in landing pages. Yeah, Shantia said opt-in landing pages. Lacey said digital marketing, SEO. Yeah, absolutely. Constance says tabling events. Shantia says social media marketing. Yeah, all of those things. Like we've done them all, right? Secure large contracts, pay for advertising. That's Anya. Anna says that. Yeah, smart one right there. So Lacey says cold call. Do they still do that these days? Cold call. That's a tough one. Cold calling, because as soon as somebody's called me like, hey, and I don't know who they are, I hang up. So I know you get a whole lot of people, oh, it makes you a lot of money. Well, you must be a really good salesperson and I need to get you on my team. Yeah. So most people think that you have to offer regular sales and discounts. Okay. These are normal thoughts. These are normal, beliefs that small businesses have. Like, so that's why you see discounts everywhere, Valentine's specials, Christmas specials, Black Friday specials, all of that stuff. You see stuff everywhere, just stuff, right? Everywhere, right? Some people think you have to go hard with guerrilla marketing, spending countless hours at networking events. That's like tabling events, attending flea markets, marketing on social media, buying Facebook ads. That's some of them. Real estate. Yeah, real estate, Shanti. Tastings. Latoya says tastings. Yeah. And some of those things work, but it could be really exhausting, right? You can really burn out when you really think about how much time you have to spend in those areas. Because even if you do like some of these things like lead pages and marketing and SEO, right? You still have to find a strategic way to drive the traffic there. And you have to learn how to do that or pay somebody to do it for you, all of that stuff. So is there a replay? Yep. Service is terrible. Yep. I don't want to keep interrupting the training. Yeah. So yeah, Tona, there will be a replay. If you found this training on Facebook, just send me a message. I'll send you the replay. But the truth is, and here's secret number 2. I'm trying to move this thing out the way. So all you have to do to get consistent, sustainable income as a small business, y'all ready for it, is identify yourself as a small business. You're basically raising your hand, right? You want to identify yourself as a small business with government agencies, and you'll gain instant access. You'll instantly gain access to a pool of top paying customers who are already waiting to buy from women and small, minority businesses, right? So once you identify yourself, you're in the pool. You're in the pool, right? And it's like a river of flowing money, right? That they're spending. They have to spend this money. basically you're raising your hand and saying, I want to get in the pool. So, you know, that's just my example. It must be like 8 o'clock because I get goofy at night, you guys. So, so here's my my own testimony. I'm gonna use my own story as an example. A few years ago, I was stressed out, spending countless hours chasing down customers. I was there. That's how I know, you know, what it feels like to do that. You know, I would meet with them individually and explain to them how I can help them with my services. So I would meet with like small business owners and say, you know, let me put together your portfolio. I can create a little, you know, 3-minute video of your business services that you can use as a commercial, get some, you know, get some airtime or whatever, right? So after all the hours I would spend trying to convince individual business owners to buy my services and lowering my prices and customizing my packages to kind of fit their needs, I would get the typical, let me get back to you. Okay, sounds like a great service. Let me think about it or whatever. And I'll be so anxious just waiting because I'm like, I know I killed that sale. I know I killed that, right? Like, and I would be so anxious just waiting and hoping that they would, you know, get back to me and want to move forward. But sometimes they would, and most of the time, you know, they'll forget about the entire conversation. And I'm like, oh, I just wasted my time. Like, you ever feel like you've been in business, you know, trying to convince customers to work with you and you find yourself spending more time convincing people than you are getting money? Like, it don't add up. It does not add up, right? So as a small business owner whose income relied completely on getting these individual customers at that time, that method of doing business put me through a rough position every single month. So every single month I was scratching my head like, you know I got this degree and I know I can get paid working for somebody else pretty good. So let me go back to work, right? Or should I go back to work, whatever. So instead of running my business, I found myself chasing customers. And at the end of the day, I always had to start back at zero and do the chase again, all over again the next month, right? So is this where you are in your business? How can you relate to that? Is there, so Tanya said, Tona, and I'm probably butchering your name. I'm sorry if I am. Is there a time limit that you need to be in business? Yeah. So locally, yeah. You want to at least be in business for 6 months to a year, right? So anything under that, you're still kind of developing. So 6 months to a year. Yeah. So yes, indeed. I'm there right now. Ground zero. Ona says, yep. So do you find yourself constantly chasing customers instead of running your business? And if so, this is going to be important for you because once I certify, and this is the C, you know, the BCP system, right? We're still talking about those 3 steps. Once I certified, basically identified my business as a woman and minority-owned small business with government agencies, I was able to take my business from chasing customers to virtually having them chase me, right? Same thing Tiffany did. Once she identified herself as a woman-owned small business with government agencies, agencies began chasing her. She never even had to pick up the phone to land her first contract. So that's positioning is everything, you guys. So Carrie says, easiest way to get all of the certifications. This is our issue. No, there is no easy way. There is no easy way. So yeah, and they're all different because there's a bunch of different levels of government. There's local, there's state, there's federal. And so county, there's a bunch of different levels of government, and every single level of government has certifications, and then different certifications gives you access to different pools of money, and then it's all tracked. And so but the simple way is to get a step-by-step walkthrough. That's the easy as it gets, right? So now after, you know, basically positioning my business foundation and identifying myself as a woman, a minority small business with government agencies, all I do now is just bid on opportunities. The opportunities come, right? It comes. Once you get in position, they come, right? So for me, these opportunities have been a minimum of like 70K plus on average. I've had some like 20K, some 35, some 50s or whatever, some 150s, but on average, you know, and these are like multiple contracts that we're talking about at the same time, okay? So now do you see how identifying your business or yourself as a woman or minority small business with government and agencies can help you generate consistent income as a small business owner? What's the most Gov will give? There's no cap. So Chewy asks, and Chewy, welcome to the call. What's the most the government, it's kind of hard to read your, I can't see, but what's the most the gov will give? Is there a cap? No, there is not a cap, but you do want to monitor your capacity, right? You don't want to go get millions of dollars in contracts that you have to provide services for, and you don't have the capacity if you're just one person. So you don't want to, take on more than you're able to deliver, okay? Because that's monitored too. So you have to deliver. So how can you can get regular paying customers without stressing about where your next customer is going to come from with this system. You can do this without spending countless hours posting on social media, without tabling events, without SEO, not worrying about landing pages, none of that stuff, and without having to lower your prices or undervalue your work. You can do this absolutely without all of those things that you guys said that you're spending a lot of time doing. Okay. Is it hard to add additional NAICS codes? Cynthia says no. And I could tell, Cynthia, you know a little bit about this. So no, it's not hard to add. Kim says, is there a lot of contracts for construction? Is there a lot of contracts for construction? Is that difficult to apply for? No, there's not. There's a lot of opportunities for construction-based firms as well. It's not really difficult to apply for, but sometimes those applications or proposals really, it require a lot of work. It require 30-page proposals. So yeah. Do they pay net 30? Yeah. So Lacey says, do they pay net 30? So it depends on what you negotiate. Most agencies pay net 30. Some pay every 2 weeks. So it depends on, if you get a contract, you want to negotiate what your payment terms is going to be. Okay. All right. So this is a proven system that works when you implement it. And it absolutely does, right? Oops. Excuse me. Let's see. I don't know what just happened. Hold on. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, here we go. It kind of jumped ahead on me. All right, so this is a proven system that absolutely works when you implement it. Myth number 3, okay? Most people think that contracting with government agencies is for labor type and construction-based businesses. Total myth, right? And I'm gonna share some actual contracts with you guys today. So it's not just for construction-based business, it's for service-based business as well. So all of the things that we shared and some of the things that you said that you do, there's contracts that are available for that on every level of government. So most people don't have any idea that they can also land government contracts for their own business, right? Maybe you didn't even have this idea before. Some of you have probably never heard of government contracting in particular. So, but the truth is, and here's secret number 3, anyone can do business with the government agencies. Anybody. So in fact, once you've positioned, and this is the P in BCP, once you've positioned your business and identified yourself as a small business with government agencies, then they'll begin to notify you of these opportunities that they have based on what you say you do. Okay. And all you have to do is submit responses for that. Okay. There's trillions of dollars in contracts set aside for small business, you guys. And I'm going to share with you how to find out, how much the government spends on the services and products that you provide. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go to, and you guys can, and I'm going to pull up some of the things that you say you provide. Not everything, because I can't go through everything that you say you provide, but I can go through some of them, okay? So this is a website. Let me know in the chat if you can't see my screen. I'm still watching the chat here. Okay. Do they pay net 30? What is the next? So Tony, you need to be in my class, my program, so you can learn all that stuff. Okay, nope. So Carrie says, our proposals being put on hold with the government, with the current situation going on? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Your services fill out all them forms for me. Yeah, I have a service that can do that for you. So we can talk about the different services, the way that we can work together at the end. Let me see. Each business classified into a 6. Yep. That Cynthia says, yeah. So there's codes. Yeah. Nix.com. How do you identify yourself as a small business? Great question, Tona. And Constance says art therapy. Okay, so USAspending.gov, you guys, it's the website where you would go to learn how, and this is a federal website. So we're talking about there's 3 levels of government: local, state, and federal. This is the federal pool of money. This is what the federal government spent, right? In 2019, last year, the government spent $4.45 trillion in services, okay? In services, business services, okay? So I'm gonna do an advanced search, and you guys can do this as well. You know, in your own time, you can do a search here. But I wanna look for the last 2 years, right? However many years you wanna look back, but it's relevant to look the past 2 years, right? For what I do. So I know that one of you do marketing services. So I'm gonna bring that up. Let me bring up my notes. So I'm gonna just bring up a couple of the things that you guys mentioned. Okay, I'm gonna submit a search, right? So it's thinking right now, and then it's gonna pop some numbers up. And so you're gonna be amazed at the type of opportunities that are out there that the government is spending money on with small businesses. So, so that's gathering. Let me see. Yep, USA. So Shantia said USA Spending. Yep, USAspending.gov. Latoya is USAspending.gov. Let me just refresh. I'm gonna try. Sometimes, you know, it takes a while to open, but it's gathering the data. And I might just bring it up in Google Chrome. Let me see, USAspending.gov. I'm gonna try to bring it up in Google Chrome because this is taking forever to come up. As y'all can see, I listen to church music. So let's see, 2019, 2018. If it comes up in Google Chrome, I'm gonna just switch it over. Marketing. You're welcome. Marketing. Okay. Oh yeah, so something's wrong. Something may be wrong with their website. So I'm trying to bring that up in Google Chrome and see which one comes up first, because it could be potentially that the site is down. Sometimes you have that problem, okay? But either way, I really want to show you guys this data because you can kind of really break it down to see how much the government spends on services that you provide. So that kind of lets you know that, you know, you're in a lucrative business, the government buys your service, and you can also see the average contract dollar amount that they spend on your service, okay? And again, we're looking at it from a federal perspective on a federal level. So yeah, I think their website is just down because it's not even coming up in Google Chrome. Something went wrong, gathering data. So somebody has their phone. Okay, here we go. So it came up. I don't know whose phone that is, but I can hear your noise in the background. So let me try to mute everybody. Mute calls. Okay, so here we go. USAspending.gov, and it finally came up, you guys. So here we have, and I'm looking at marketing, right? So marketing, there's a bunch of different type of marketing services. It can be social media marketing, advertising, media buy, consulting, whatever. So marketing in general. And this is in millions. So you can see the M right here, 200 million, right? So $192 million was spent in 2018 on marketing services. And $230 million was spent in 2019 on marketing services, right? And so I'm gonna actually break it down by recipient type of minorities and women. So out of that 192 and 230,000 over the past 2 years, how much went to minority-owned businesses? And hopefully it comes up because this website is seem to be glitching or something, right? So let's see. So while that's thinking, I'm going to try to bring it up in Google Chrome. Okay, here we go. All right, so it came up. All right, so 48 million. So out of the 192 million, 48 million. So that's like almost 25-30%, right? Went to women and minority small business owners. That's a lot of money on the table. 71 million last year went to women and minority small business owners. That's you, right? That is you, right? What if you got 1% of that? How would that help you in your business? Even if you penetrated 1% of that, that could really help you. We're talking about 1% of 71 million. That's a lot of money, right? So if you click on the table, it'll bring up who those women and minority small business owners are. Okay. IQ Solutions, I guess they're a marketing company. That's a woman and minority small business. And they got a $20 million contract for between September 2014 and January 2020. That just goes to show you consistent, sustainable income. This is like a 5-year period, or what is this, a 5-year contract, 6 years? This is almost like a 5-year period, basically, 5-year contract, okay? So imagine your business having a contract for the next 5 years. That's why I say you'll be set. Some contracts are like a year, some are 2 years. The longest I've seen is like 5 years, and depending on the agency, it can go up to 10 years, right? So IQ Solutions does business with the government all the time. That's because they don't know you exist, right? Here's another one. This is another 4-year or 5-year, 4-year contract. So this is a 5-year contract for $8 million. Are you receiving those type of dollars, for your marketing services? And if not, you need to get information. You need to get in position, okay? So I'm just going to look up one other, just because, for time's sake, but also because this website is really going very slow. I want to look up cleaning services. And I'm going to just put janitorial, right? So janitorial cleaning services, submit a search for the last 2 years. And how much did the government spend on those services? We're going to look at it. Let's see. One-on-one consultations. Yeah, Chewy, I do. And I'm going to share that information. Do people create businesses? Yeah, people create businesses just to do business with the government. Yeah, that's a smart move because it's a guaranteed market. The government is all, I mean, who do you think they're getting their supplies from right now? Under state of emergency, they need water. Like in disaster times of disaster, like Puerto Rico a couple years ago, Puerto Rico had this natural disaster or whatever, so they needed food. They use a small business who was already in the system to provide that food, and she couldn't keep up with the capacity, but like they need water, they need emergency supplies. Like right now, if you was a seamstress or whatever, or whoever who made masks, they would come after you right now for a contract because they need that, I mean, and food right now, they're going to need food services. You never know what's going to happen right now. So earthquake. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. So it was an earthquake. Yeah. Or if you own a sanitizer or a company that has cleaning supplies. Yeah. Right now, you could clean up on like big FEMA contracts, like for real. Yeah. So, absolutely. So I'm waiting for the janitorial thing. Like I said, this website is going a little bit slow. Normally it doesn't go this slow, but today it wants to act up. Oh, maybe because everybody's online. Everybody's probably on the website trying to figure out how to position a business for this season. So let me see. Let me see if I can bring it up in. So I'm only going to look this up, but you guys, you know, this is a tool. It's the actual real tool that the government, they post this. So usaspending.gov. So if you have anything in particular that you want to look up for your business, and some businesses or some people have businesses where they do multiple different services, or some of you may have multiple business, right? So you can look up each individual service that you provide and see, you know, how much the government spends on that. So I'm going to just give this another refresh and see if anything comes up. But if not, you know how to look up the information. So yeah, because it's not participating tonight. Normally it doesn't take that long. So what is contract IDV? I don't know what that means. Cynthia, can you explain? I don't even know what a contract IDV is. I don't know where you saw that. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah. So that here, I don't know. That's not even important for me. I just know how to look up contracts. This is like some type of federal code. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that means. It's not even, what you want to look at is how much they spend. And if they spend what you have, like all that other stuff, you don't even want to. Okay, I see it. Yeah, you don't even want to waste your time trying to figure it out, because it doesn't mean, it's irrelevant to us, right? It's internal jargon. Okay. So anyway, here we have janitorial cleaning services, and these are the billions. Like we're in the billions when it's time for that, right? So 1.3 billion in 2018 and 1.6 billion in 2019. Okay. And that's for janitorial services. I want to break down, well, how many women and minority businesses got a piece of that pie? Because it's us that don't normally, we're always skeptical of things and don't even try to put ourselves in right positions and, you know, make excuses, all that stuff. And it's the truth. It's the truth. So the numbers show you, right? So $366 million went to women and minority businesses, those are good numbers. 536 million in 2019 went to women and minority small business owners. So now let's look at their dollar amounts for contracts. These are women and minority small business owners. They are no different from you, only they are in formation, they are in position. They've already raised their hand, they have their business foundation set, and this is what they're getting, okay? And that's just the way it is. So this is a 6-year contract, $52 million with the Department of Homeland Security. Right? So these are huge contracts. I just want to look at like a smaller number, because, you know, you probably look at these numbers and be like, is that even, well, it's possible because you're looking at it, right? You're looking, and this is government. This is a government website. So this is a 1-year contract. Okay. Right. So let's just say best case scenario, you know, in 6 months from now, you land a 1-year contract with the government, right? This is $8 million. Do you have a client right now? That's stupid money. I'm sorry. It's funny to me because it's ridiculous. It's crazy. No, your monthly income doesn't matter. So it's not like a poor people's thing that you got to qualify, but you cannot already be a multi-billion-dollar business. So it does matter, but it doesn't. So if your business, like if you already have 500 employees, then you don't qualify for small business funding. Well, not funding, but contracts. You don't qualify as a small business. So that's pretty much everybody, right? If you're making $3 million a month, which is ridiculous. If you're making $3 million a month, why would you even be looking at this, right? So everybody can qualify for this. Anybody can do this, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go back to the presentation because I wanna, let me see. I done shared my whole desktop. Let me see. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. Now, this system that I'm sharing with you guys, it is the system that helps you go from A to B, right? To help you go from being a struggling business with inconsistent income, right? So you can become a business that is growing sustainably, and that you can build capacity and start landing some serious contracts, right, for your business. I showed you the numbers. This is real. I didn't make this up. It's real. The numbers is there. usaspending.gov. You can look it up for yourself. Okay. So these are the 3 secrets to the 3-step system that I created to help you get from point A to point B. Okay. So it took me about roughly 8 years to really learn how to do this thing right. Okay. It's public information. You can look it up, Google it, all that stuff, piece it together, but it's going to take you a long time to try to figure it out on your own, because it took me a long time to figure it out, on my own. Okay. So that's why, let me see who said something. So that's why, I created the system to kind of simplify the process to where you can learn this thing, very easily. Okay. You can learn this thing very easily. So, the 3-step system, basically the BCP system, is first step, business. Qualify your business with what? That foundation list. Okay. That list that I gave you guys, that is how you get qualified. That is it. Just having those things. Those are things that you need to have anyway in business. Okay. You qualify your business so that you can be certified as a woman, minority, small business. Okay. You're raising your hand and letting them know that you exist. You get in their database and they start coming after you. They start sending you information, like letting you know there's opportunities. They need to spend this money. Can you help? Basically, you're going to help the government. Okay. Get rid of some of that money that they have. That's a good position to be in. All right. So you qualify your business so you can be certified to submit proposals. Okay. Just because you set yourself up in the system does not mean that they're going to give you free money. Okay. It's not like you get in position now, they're going to throw money at you. They throw opportunities at you, and you have to respond to those opportunities by way of proposals. Okay. You have to submit proposals. You have to submit your pricing, how much you're going to do the service they're asking for, all of that stuff. Your payment terms. So you have to actually know how to submit a proposal in response to what they're asking for. So hopefully this website works. I'm going to look it up really quick. beta.fbo.gov. This is the website that has, one of you had mentioned it during in the chat, like beta.sam.gov. I cannot stand this website. It used to be fbo.gov, but now it's like a whole nother website. And the government, they changed their websites, and when they do, it's like, well, what am I looking at? So it's like, it's crazy. But anyway, as a federal contractor, like once you get in position as a federal contractor, these are opportunities. So this is where you go for opportunities. So FBO, it was beta.sam.gov now. So let's just say I was looking for opportunities in marketing. Here we go. Oh, let's see. Here's, ironically, I'm going to have to put that back in, but ironically, real estate stuff came up. So for those of you who are into real estate, this goes to show you there's contracting opportunities right now for real estate, right? So marketing is what I was looking for. Marketing, branding, services. So there you go. Those of you who do marketing services, I know it was probably Shanae, I think you said. So those of you who do like marketing services, there's opportunities, right? Contracts is right here in your face. Janitorial, cleaning, bam, contract, opportunity. Let me see, current date offers due. Oh, well, this just passed, right? But there's some other stuff on here, right? So there's opportunities. This is federal government websites. This is where you go to find federal contracting opportunities. Let me see, trucking. I think somebody was asking about hauling, right? Dry van trucking services, water trucking services, all that. I don't know what dry van trucking service, I don't know what that is, but trucking. If you have a trucking business, you can get a contract, right? So hauling, Duma sample hauling route, whatever, right? So some of these are outdated, but they have stuff they put on here all the time. So beta.sam.gov is the site, and I'm going to check the chat and see. Let me see. Body is unmuted. Okay. Okay, so let me check the chat and see who had questions. This is the website, you guys, beta.sam.gov. I'm sorry, I put FBO. It's not. That is wrong. Let me see. Because it used to be fbo.gov, but they changed it to beta.sam. I'm going to just correct it. .gov. and I cannot stand their new website. The other one was a lot easier, you know, to navigate and everything, but this one is like, it's harder for me. At least for me it is. All right. Now let me see who had questions. Where do we go to learn how to write and submit proposals? Great question, Marcy. So inside my program, which I'm going to explain, I'll walk you through all of that stuff. Lacey, are there other sites that have opportunities? Yeah. So what I just showed you is the site for federal contracts only. Okay. Every agency, any agency you can imagine, they have their own sites. Okay. If you've been in business as so Kim says, if you've been in business as a handyman and just start forming your LLC, can I go back to when the handyman business started, or does it start from when I formed my LLC in Dun & Brad? Yeah. So it starts from when you formed your LLC. So most people, Kim, what most people do is they'll when they go get their local business license, they'll backdate it to when they did it before. I think you can only go back so far, like 6 months, maybe to a year on that. So yeah, so there's some ways around that, but for the most part, it's based on when you form your business LLC, and really in some cases when you open up your business bank account in some cases. Okay, all right. So let me share a couple stories, and I'm gonna get ready to wrap up in just a moment, and I'll share an opportunity, you know, for me to help you guys with this. I'll let you know how we can work together. But this is definitely also something that you can do on your own. You know, it's just going to take you longer to do it. So client story, Alfonso. So Alfonso is a minority small business owner who provides painting services here in the Bay Area. He also completed this same 3-step BCP system that I just shared with you, where he came to me because he wanted to have more consistent income so that he can continue to employ his workers. And so I helped him implement the system into his business, and now he's landing large 6-figure contracts with the city and state agencies, and he's able to keep on his employees, which that is his passion, to employ people so they can, you know, take care of them, their families and everything like that. So his dream was to keep his employees, right? So now when you're landing these contracts, you have the ability to be able to do that. So another client that I've worked with in the past is Nikki. So Nikki is a woman and minority small business owner who provides social media marketing services. So, and I'm going to share with you like her testimonial. So she completed my BCP 3-step system into her business and went from selling $60 marketing services. So she does social media marketing, where she was charging people a special discount. There we go with the discounts, y'all. For $60 to do social media marketing for them. But once she got in position, in formation, and identified herself as a woman in minority small business with the government, she's now bidding on large 6-figure contracts doing the exact same thing. We're talking about $250,000 contracts for marketing over like a 2-year period. So she, you know, so she put herself in position to be able to do that. So the government, in essence, is going to be the largest paying client that you can ever acquire. And if you're serious about business, you want to have large clients, right? You want to have big clients that's going to help you build capacity and who's going to lock you in over the next 5 years. You already know you're set. Even if you just land one contract, you're set, right? So now do you see how implementing this simple 3-step BCP system into your own business can help you start getting consistent, sustainable income as a small business? You can do this even if you have very little experience. So for those of you who said, you know, I just started my business like a couple weeks ago, you at least want to be in business for 6 months. So even if you have very little experience and no experience or whatever in doing business with the government, or very little business experience yourself, you can do this. Like when I got my first contract, I didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't know anything about contracting with the government, but I faked it till I made it, right? I made it. I landed the contract. I didn't let them know I didn't know what I was doing, but I figured it out along the way. And luckily I have my husband right here. Like, don't even worry about it. I got you, you know? So he helped me understand what the contract was saying, all of that stuff. So most small business owners think they have to have a completely polished portfolio of major products that they've done or projects that they've done in the past, you know, in order to do business with the government. And that is a total myth. because, you know, they think they have to be this large corporations, you know, with huge marketing budgets in order to do business on this level. You don't, you guys. I'm still in my corner. This is my office. This is a corner. So you don't have to, you can have very little overhead and do this stuff from your house, right? Even if it's a service that you have to go out to their office to provide, you still can do all the back end stuff from your house. You don't have to have a building or none of that stuff, right? So the $1 trillion secret, the truth to that is small business contracting is designed specifically for you if you have very little experience. And that is because the government wants to help you build capacity so that you can build your portfolio, right? They want you to build capacity so that you in turn can build your portfolio for doing work for them. And that's why they have these contracts that are set aside specifically for women and minority small business owners. So you can do this as a sole proprietor. So you don't have to have a corporation or S Corp, all of that stuff. Those are formations or whatever based on like your need, right? So if you had a sole proprietorship and that's just what you have, you can get started with government contracting, even with that, okay? And this is a stipulation, right? That's in the law for the United States, right? And it's an act of from July 30th, 1953. So like I said, this has been around since most of us have even been born, right? It stipulates that the SBA would ensure small businesses a fair proportion of all government contracts and sales of surplus property. What does that mean? That means the government has a mandated obligation, just like I mentioned before, to give a certain percentage of all of their contracting, their spending, a fair proportion to women and minority small business owners, and all of their a fair proportion of their their real estate property to sell as far as sales and surplus property to minority and women owned businesses. Okay, so the government is obligated to spend this money with you, right? But only if you're in position. You have to get in position, you guys. So this is the exact 3-step system I used to land my first $70,000 contract for 28 days of work. And I've since landed multiple contracts as a woman in minority small business. And you can absolutely do this too. Anybody can do this, okay? So now do you see how my 3-step BCP system is a repeatable system that you can use to reel in clients on a regular basis? Because all you have to do really is get your business in formation, right? So basically your business foundation, okay? Certify yourself as a woman and minority small business owner, right? To let the government know that you exist and submit proposals. And then from there, all you're doing is submitting proposals. That's it. Proposals. That's it, right? So it's a very, I'm sorry, you guys, my computer is doing its own thing. A very simple system that you can easily follow. And it helps you to, really significantly grow your business. So it's a clear strategy that's proven to work. You've heard from, the testimonials that I've shared with, Tiffany, and how the government agencies started coming after her for opportunities once she got in her position, got her business in position, and Alfonso, and how he was able to land 6-figure contracts doing business with local city and state agencies, and Nikki, how she's able to bid on, 6-figure contracts for marketing services, and even my own, what I'm doing. And there's so many other colleagues that I know who are getting contracts, you guys. So, and it's a market where customers are waiting to do business with women and minority small business. They're already waiting, right? We went to beta.sam.gov. You see that opportunity that's there. They're waiting. They're waiting for you. You just have to get yourself in position. That is it, right? So, excuse me. This is a 3-step BCP system that I teach inside my $1 trillion government contracts accelerator program. So some of you ask, well, do you do this for us, or, do you teach it, all that stuff? I teach it, but I have a done for you service where I can do it for you. It's the most expensive service, but I have something a little bit more reasonable where I can show you how to do it yourself, and I walk you through step by step. So you can take everything that I shared with you today and attempt to do it on your own. Like I said, the information is out there. I learned how to do this without help, but it took me 8 years to really understand and master it, right? Or you can choose to work alongside me, where I help you implement this system, right? Step by step. I hold your hand and I teach you what to do, how to do it, and how to respond to opportunities. The entire strategy over a 6-week period. Okay, so I help you save your time, lots of time, right? You jump in, you get ready to start landing contracts after 6 weeks. Okay, so enrollment into my program is starting in 3 days, right? So the next session actually opens mid-April, but I'm starting enrollment in the next 3 days. Okay, it's going to open up. So inside the program, this is what you get. You get 6 weekly coaching and Q&A sessions. This is where I show up and I show you step by step. We cover the business, the certifications, the foundation, the proposal, like all of that stuff. We cover step by step. It's like a learning and doing experience where I show you what to do in week 1. You implement it. We take what you've implemented. Now you're ready for step 2. So it's really step by step. You're not going to find this anywhere. There's a bunch of, even the SBA doesn't have this business model, you guys. So, and it's really hard to learn it anyway, but 6 weekly coaching and Q&A sessions, workbooks, assignments, access to my private Facebook group where there's other people that's in the program who are rock stars in the program, including Tiffany, including Nikki, and all those people that I share with you. My personal accountability, because I want to see you win. I show you exactly how to do it, and I make sure that you're implementing the steps, you know. And lifetime access to all the trainings. So once you enroll into the program, you have lifetime access to all of the trainings, you know, that we cover in the 6 weeks, right? Lifetime access. You can jump into any future lives or whatever. So it's not a one and gone, right? And it's a one-time investment. You guys are $49.97, or you can choose a simple installment plan. But because you are on this training today, right? So the options are $49.97 or 6 payments of $874.50 or 10 payments of $537.20. Okay. And the 10 payment plan, the 10-month payment plan is a very new option, but I don't want you to get worried because quick start, because you're on this training today, over the next 72 hours, I'm offering for you to work with me in the $1 trillion government contracting program for less than half. Okay. So $19.97. Or you can choose a simple installment plan because I try to make it very affordable for anyone. Okay. But after the 72 hours, the early bird discount goes away and then it goes back to the $49.97. But if you decide to work with me over the next 72 hours into the $1 trillion government contract accelerator program, I can break the $19.97 into installments. And installment options include you can either pay in full, right, and it's $19.97, or the 2 options is 4 payments of $536.75, right, or 10 payments of $225. That's the new option that I have for you guys. But you have to take action, because I only award those who take action. Those who not sure where you want to be in business, you guys, I just showed you real money, right? And I'm saying that I can show you how to do it, how to position your business step by step. And I want to say this, you know, most small business owners think like this, because when I first started my business, I didn't really understand the power of investing in myself. Most small people be like, oh, well, you know, $49.97 or even the $19.97. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. I don't want to invest in that, right? You will want to invest $19.97 to get 6 figures. It's nothing, right? So just trust and know that the opportunity is there, or you can totally do this on your own, because I just showed you everything that you need to know, you guys, and you can figure it out on your own. Okay, so this is the option. This is the option for you to work with me. Now, the other option, I know one of you said, can you do this for me? That is a $10,000 option. Yeah, it takes a lot of work to do it for you. It does. And so, yeah, but if you're ready for me to, you know, do that for you, yeah, we can talk. And I'll leave my contact information, but you can absolutely learn this on your own. I'm more passionate about teaching other people how to do it for themselves. Okay. Let me see. Should we do this even if we don't have all the things? Yep, because I work with you. So Tona said, should we do this even if we don't have all the things you named, even though you need to be in business for 6 months? So yes, so Tona, you can. If you haven't been in business for 6 months, by the time you finish this contract, this program, you'll be well on your way, you know, to 6 months. We do cover business foundation. We start there in the program. So inside the program, week 1, that's where we start. Foundation. That's where we start. Okay. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff, because I'm gonna hold your hand all the way through. Okay. I have time on my schedule over the next few days. if you to help you get started with this. So you can either schedule a call with me, right? These are the two ways to apply. Schedule a call with me by going to qualifyforgovernmentcontracts.com. There's a short 15-minute video there, and then you can schedule a call. Because I don't want to work with just anybody. I want to just kind of like qualify those who I decide to work with, right? So I want to see if you're ready mentally to do this, because your business is going to take off, right? And you have to really be mentally in a certain place to understand what you need to do. You have to do your part, right? I can teach it all day, but you have to be ready to implement, okay? Or if you're ready to dive right in right now, you can go to this website right here is bit.ly/get-TDGC. That means get $1 trillion government contracts, okay? So those are the two ways you can work with me. Man, I'm hoping I don't get sick right now, y'all. So this is not for you if you're not willing to take a couple hours out of a week to implement this system. I don't want to work with anyone who is just going to be an information hoarder, because I want to see you get results, okay? So if you're not willing to take a couple hours a week over the next 6 weeks to implement this system so that you can start bidding on government contracts successfully, then it's not going to be for you. But my three-step BCP system is designed as a learning and doing interactive program. So it's very interactive. So what happens inside is every week you reach a new milestone. Okay. And by the end of the 6 weeks, you're qualified and ready to bid on those contracts. I show you exactly where to go to bid on them. And I show you how to bid on them. I help you understand the language that's in a proposal opportunity and how do you respond to that. Okay. So all of that stuff is broken down and I hand walk you through everything. So you don't have to worry about anything. So if you're ready to get sustainable income, consistent income for your business, and you would like to work alongside with me, you want me to help you strategically implement this system into your business, then this is where you go to schedule a call with me, qualifyforgovernmentcontracts.com. There's a short video and a short questionnaire, and we get on the phone and we discuss how we're going to implement the system into your business. Or you can go directly to bit.ly/get-TDGC. Okay, so that's get $1 trillion government contracts, and you can apply there. So what questions do you have? I'm interested in, I'm here to answer any questions that you have. I'm going to open up the chat. Thank you, Queen, for all the great info. You're welcome, Angela. You're welcome. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you, Tona. Should we do? Yeah. Okay, so I answered that already. All you needed is one contract to make up for it. Yep. Lacey. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like I said, my first contract was $70,000 for 28 days. And we're not talking about 8-hour days. We're talking about snapping photos. So hour, 2 hours. So that's just how powerful it is. And it's the truth. Thank you, Cynthia. I need this, Tona said. Yep, absolutely. So yeah, let me know. So I sent you actually I could put it in the chat. I'm going to put the link, bit.ly/get $1 trillion government contract. So that is not out there, everyone. So that is the link. And then if you want to go to qualifygovernmentcontracts.com. That is the other link. Thank you. You're welcome, Chewy. You are truly amazing. Thank you, Latoya. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you. Great motivation. Leo Clovis, thank you. To get contracts, what business insurance besides general liability? Cynthia, 1 million policy is needed. Thank you. So Cynthia, great question. And so that is something that you learn inside the program as well. But just to touch on it, I don't know what type of, did you say what type of business? I don't think I heard what type of business, because I don't think your phone was on. So Cynthia, what type of business? Thank you, Constance. You're welcome. How often do you offer these trainings? I know some more people who can benefit from this. I try to hold them at least 4 to 5 times a year. So yeah, so the next one is coming up mid-April. And then after that, I probably won't do it again until like August, something like that. Yeah, so at least 4 to 5 times a year, I try to hold them. Who said website? Web design. Okay. So, and that's a good one. So there's absolutely contracts for that. For web design, we don't have no $1 million, you don't have any general liability to have to worry about. So So Cynthia, who are your clients right now? Like for me, because I do like video production and I have to be on government sites like BART and stuff like that to do that type of stuff. Photography, I have to be in those spaces. For the most part, I have to get general liability. Some contracts require you to do that. But you know, general liability is like $300 for the year or like $50 a month if you want to break it up like that. But for website design, you're doing that from home. So for the most part, you won't even need that. Average small businesses, and I have one sorority. Okay. So yeah, so you don't, yeah, for that, for web design, you're in your house. So yeah, you don't have to worry about general liability, but you can get it. You can get it. And some contracts, like I said, depending on the contract, they'll let you know if they want you to get general liability, and you don't have to get it until you sign on the bottom line. And the thing about it is you write that into your proposal. The amount for it. So anything that you think is going to be an overhead charge when you're responding to a proposal, you have all of that itemized in your contract dollar amount. Okay. So Pamela, I'm in dump trucking and tractor trailers. How much in general liability? It's going to be different. Yeah. So Pamela is going to be different, and it depends on the contract. So every contract is going to be different, but generally 1 million or 2 million. So yeah, so generally a $1 million general liability, but I'm just making a general, synopsis, basically pretty much just telling you generally, but it depends on the agency and what they require. So they may require something different, or but for trucking, they're definitely going to require general liability. So that is something that you don't even have to know that until you're in position to get contracts. And then once you get contracts, they'll let you know how much general liability you need. Okay. You're welcome, Althea. Was there any other questions? Okay. So I hope I got all of you guys email. If not, you have mine. I'm gonna put mine up. Contact at shesgotgoals.com. And I'm gonna send this out to everybody. This recording, the recording of this, so you can just kind of replay. So I'll send it out to everybody. So hopefully I have your emails. If not, I'm going to be posting it on Facebook. Okay. Can you email the cheat sheet to Pamela? Yeah. Okay. So Pamela. Yep. Cheat sheet. Yep. So I can email the cheat sheet to you. And hold on, let me see. I could email it out to you, but also I'm gonna post the link to it if I could find it. Hold on. Cheat sheet. Just write notes so I can remember to do this stuff. Cheat sheet. Oh, here we go. Okay. Government contracts, cheatsheet.com. I think that's it. All right. So Heidi, yep, you're welcome. Yeah, so that's it. So this is the link to the cheat sheet, government contracts, cheatsheet.com. I'll also email it out. Okay, so intocare@yahoo.com. Email the cheat sheet. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. So who's so intocare, okay, at yahoo.com. Whose email is that? Is that because it just says iPhone, so it doesn't say a name. Just signed up. Is that Kim? You just got the cheat sheet? Okay. Cheat sheet for Cynthia. Okay, I'll send it out to you. All right, and then Delisa. Okay, so Delisa, you want me to send you the cheat sheet? Okay, so the cheat sheet is basically the checklist that I went over. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I got you. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna send out the cheat sheets. I'll also send out the I'll also send out the recording of this training, okay, to everybody who signed up, whoever registered, and if you just hopped on, you probably found the link through my Zoom, through my Facebook group. So you can, I'm gonna post it to Facebook too. So Carwana Dyson. So you can find me at Carwana Dyson on Facebook. Okay. So that way you guys have something to refer back to. That is my, oh, I sent it to, I think I sent it to Heidi. I went to send it to everybody. Let's see. Carwana Dyson. Okay, so that's where you can reach me on Facebook. I got on, but kept getting disconnected. I missed the info on your upcoming class. Please give. Okay, so so I'm gonna share the replay with you. But also the upcoming class is coming mid-April. So like around the 13th or the 20th or something like that. So mid-April. So because I'm like right smack in the middle of a class right now. So we just met our 3 weeks. So 3 weeks out, and then normally I'm off a week and then I'm back on. So yep. All right. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, you know, and I really hope you really take a serious look at doing government contracts for your business, you know, because it's going to really help you to grow. It's there for you. It's an easy customer because they're already spending money on women and minority small business, and all you have to do is really position your business. And you know, there's a lot of nuances, like as far as understanding how the whole process goes, and so that's why I created this system to help you learn it and understand it like thoroughly in a 6-week program. So to save you a lot of time, but you can absolutely also do this on your own. Okay. All right. So will there be another class after this April class? Yeah, it will be. So Cynthia, did I, yeah, I got you, Cynthia. Okay. So yeah, so I'm going to send out the information via email. There will be another, I don't have the dates yet, but it's probably going to be like around August, because after April, I just want to kind of take a break to figure out what's going on in the world. What's going on in the world. Okay. All right. So you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for taking out the time to learn this information. And again, if you have any questions, you can contact me on Facebook or go to qualifyforgovernmentcontracts.com and schedule a call, and you know, we can take it from there. You're welcome. All right. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Bye-bye.